The Solstice Ascension portal is wide open right now. And what it really means is many things. Crystal higher heart activations, an alignment with the galactic center in the center of our Milky Way galaxy. Now, this is a black hole that is a unifying force. Now, I remember when I was a kid, I was freaked out thinking about these black holes because I couldn't fathom how they were just gobbling up literally stars, planets, galaxies even. And where is everything going? I couldn't fathom that. I remember it really bothered me. And only years later did I actually realize that they are event horizons. What happens is energy moves through a tiny point, it is unified and births out on the other side into a different reality. We can say this is, right, those are parallel realities or higher antiparticle worlds. So the spirit worlds and realms are very vast. Now, this is also the process of ascension. When we go inward, what happens is our energy aligns. We're able to bring in more of our God self into the physical body. And that is where we become a living stargate, a black hole as well as white hole, which really means a MERKABA field. So I'm going to talk about some of these things today because every single year at this time, right before the solstice, we align directly with, well, I'll say our sun aligns, and our sun is a portal as well. It's a stargate, and it aligns right with the galactic center. So the winter solstice is such an energy powerful time where we can up level beyond where we've ever been this whole year. It's also a major vacuum. It's like a cosmic vacuum that can just take away and unify and release anything from your energy field that you've picked up all year, all the things that we've been working on, a lot of things that we're ready to release finally, because we have to release the old limiting structures, right? It's kind of like a hermit crab. It gets very uncomfortable in a small shell and it has to just discard it to find itself a new home. So this is what happens when we release. We're releasing old limiting structures, belief patterns, programs. So it's a major time of just really going into that void space within yourself, allowing everything to come up and out of you into the cosmic vacuum, which is this black hole. It's literally unifying and constantly cleansing and clearing energy for us. Now, this time of year, what happens is, okay, so this would be, let's say, the zodiac. So the Earth and the Sun and the galactic center are in a direct line. So the galaxy, okay, the way to think about where Earth is in relation to the entire Milky Way galaxy, it's like this is a plate. So I kind of drew it over here. We are looking, so we are like on one of the spokes on a wheel, and we are looking down the spoke into the center. And this is why there's so much powerful photonic light that comes into the planet during this time of year, because essentially the direction of Sagittarius, which is of course the tropical zodiac sign. And again, we don't worry too much about houses and things like that, but it's all about the planetary or star alignments. So when we have Earth, the Sun, and aligning right during this time of year, the solstice, with this black hole, then we can actually, what we're doing is our consciousness is opening up into the larger galaxy that we are a part of, which is Andromeda. So this is like our Milky Way galaxy's twin galaxy, the feminine for the masculine, which is the Milky Way galaxy. So they're actually one galaxy, and that's why actually science talks about in millions of years, right, we are heading towards a collision course with Andromeda. But that's because they haven't realized that we are unifying that duality. The separate, let's say, antiparticle galaxy has to merge and unify with the particleized galaxy, let's just say, right, for easy purposes. What's even weirder is every single sun or star, so our sun also is a black hole and white hole system. So we actually see our sun, right, as this, let's just say, a ball of fire. What it is it actually has behind it, so I have right here, hopefully you can see it, our sun actually also has a black hole, a black sun. Now this is not the same black sun that you hear that, right, satanic groups like to worship and do lots of blood sacrifices for. That is a different, that's an archon structure, which is really more a black cube. This is why you see black cubes all over the planet. That is an archon structure. That's actually a false, I'm not gonna get into too much from this, but I've talked about it many different times in different videos, so check them out for more and subscribe to the channel, because I can always talk about it in the future if you guys want more. But for the point of this video is our sun, what we see as the radiating force, has to also be, right, because it's a stargate, it has to have the drawing in force, which is, let's say, the void space, the black hole. So every single star works like that. It draws in energy from the greater system, let's say the greater galaxy or star systems beyond it. So it has this unifying black hole, and then that's the event horizon where we are seeing the explosion of light moving, right, the radiating light that is what we perceive as the sun. Now I can talk about way more mind-blowing things when it comes to what the sun really is, and the moon, and all these different things. So if you guys want more about all these weird cosmic secrets, let me know in the comments and I can do some future videos. But the thing to realize is that a black hole is an event horizon for, right, it's a tunnel, a portal to a greater, larger, more unified a reality on the other side. And that, again, the black hole. So what happens is during this time of year, not only are we releasing any energy to move beyond our limiting structures and programs and, right, all the parts of our life that it's time to go, that we've been trying to, right, this is habits, addictions, routines, mindsets. Allow this week is the week. So from around today until around December 24th, we have this major alignment happening, which is like a cosmic vacuum. Release anything into that great void to level up all the pieces of you that are limiting. I also have a meditation too that you can definitely do, because even more important, this time of year, we also have to draw in the energy. So we have to be, right, the transmitter and the receiver of that energy. So we have to, so really, we're the microcosm for many more macrocosmic worlds, and everything is to do with polarity forces. This is how things manifest into creation, which means infinite numbers of black hole, white hole, or star patterns. That is what your chakras really are, especially when you start activating, because the galactic center is really our alignment with our infinity pattern, because it goes beyond that, right? Infinity, if you can see here, is not just, right, the figure 8 that we see, even though that would be kind of the black hole, the antiparticle creating the particle back to antiparticle. It's the constant breathing of the universe and of creation. But the infinity pattern is actually not the figure 8 that we're told. Because what that is a looping force. It's really a dipole magnetic field, right? The energy is never expanding beyond that. It's just going from one place to another and back and forth. And that's the opposite of infinity, isn't it? But that's for other videos. But the whole point of that is just to kind of see that is how a black hole, white hole, or star works. Now your body has infinite numbers of black hole, white hole portals in it as well. So the process of ascension is really activating these inner portals within yourself so you can interface with creation itself, the many levels of macrocosmic forces and microcosm, the point where you become a literal co-creator of your reality. And not because you're just, right, having those affirmations and your, right, the hopes and dreams, the secret, the law of attraction stuff. That's like step one. Now I'm talking about you literally becoming a co-creator of cosmic forces, of magnetism and electricity, right? The feminine, masculine principles of creation. When we merge into that 0 point, because really the galactic center is what we can call the 8th dimension, or it relates to the higher heart chakra, which is our thymus gland. So major activations, really everything's being activated right now, because that is such an important, that's really the center of our creation, just like the center of our galaxy. Now we have way more than just eight dimensions, but that's a way to kind of think about it, as it's the unifying force. The chakras, let's say, right, the first to the 7th chakras, those are particle or manifestation chakras or forces of creation. The higher chakras or higher dimensions are anti-particle. And we can say the galactic center, the 8th dimension, is the unifying force of anti-particle, which essentially is demanifestation, which you are becoming more spirit and less matter. But you need to balance it with, of course, simultaneously manifesting into creation itself, right? Because if you go up and up and up and up, you're no longer going to be in this plane, right? So that 8th dimension is so important. This is why it's all about the crystal heart, the higher heart, which ends up becoming your inner literal stargate for many dimensions beyond, like I said, anti-particle dimensions. So on December 21st is the solstice, but really just before that, we are aligning with this direction, right? It's like looking through the arm of the spoke of the tire. And that's also the photon belt. Lots of light intelligence coming through right now through this connection, because Andromeda really, we can say, is our cosmic mother energy. When you embody the unified field, when you embody and have your polarities merge within you, I've actually just even realized this recently, that I believe that all of the unification, because essentially you move into infinity patterns, and this is like beyond plasma. This is crazy. I will try to talk about a lot more of the higher dimensions and my experiences of them in future videos. So subscribe to the channel. But the point of this video is when you merge those two, you have different counter-rotating forces within your body, right? They're no longer up here in some galaxy because we interface with them within us. So what I've really realized is that all of the merging of the polarity that I do all the time with my gatekeeping since around 2017, when I was consciously doing it, is I actually blew right through this into the Andromeda Galaxy, which is really where my consciousness was stationed at the time, because our consciousness, parts of us, so this is even more crazy. I'm not going to get into too much in it, but your starseed origin, or where your soul originated, you have pieces of yourself in all of these places, and you will just perceive, right, the origin of your soul being, for example, in the Pleiades. Well, that's like, you know, one step above the sun. That's, say, our 5th dimensional stargate. But that's because your consciousness is essentially drawing energy through your creation from that point, from Alcyon, one of the stars of the Pleiades. But when you activate higher DNA patterns, higher dimensions, by going again within, not by journeying outside of yourself, but always unifying, clearing the shadow, unifying, right, healing, all the stuff. Because we have to release, like I said, the old creation, the old limiting structures within the body to hold more light. And what happens is your soul origin, right, where you believe you came from, changes. This is how crazy it gets. So anyways, so these forces of spin, right? You have different, again, beyond the point of this video, but your Kundalini, then your MERKABA literally changes many different times. And you become infinite, like every single atomic part of you becomes a white hole, black hole pair, right? This is, you become literally a twin of the cosmos. That's the true twin flames, which again, I will talk about more in a future video as well coming up. And parallel realities and alternate versions of self, which I've already filmed, but I figured this was more important to understand first before I get into parallel realities and past lives and alternate versions of you existing in many different realities right now. All that coming up on EARTH1111. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. But I realized that I had embodied the Andromeda Galaxy. And so I was constantly having to merge these parts of the Milky Way and Andromeda that were separate, were not harmonious. So it's constantly merging that polarity, So this is why also you will find when you really start activating high levels, things get extreme before they have to unify. So you will feel the extreme emotion, the extreme pain in your body, the extreme, like feel like you're losing it sometimes. And of course, this gets more and more physical as you embody more in the physical body, as your body becomes a literal stargate on infinite levels. But it becomes the point where you are constantly having to merge these extremes. And that's how we unify the polarity of simultaneously the manifestation part of yourself and the demanifestation part into that unification. That's how we literally become God, source, creator embodied. It's all about going into 0 point, right? So that would be the merging of these two. One would be spinning that way and one would be spinning that way. So the materialization of reality is clockwise. The anti-clockwise is the demanifestation into spirit. So we need to both, right? So that's why really the vast void of creation itself in our universal time spiral, because again, we go way beyond just these local galaxies. But Andromeda would be a good personification of the cosmic mother force, of that great void beyond our galaxy. And all of this is inside you. We interface with these by going within us. So this is the perfect time during the winter solstice. Use this opportunity. Again, really go into meditation here on the next couple days and really ask the universe to just release you from anything no longer serving you. And you can talk about everything from old soul contracts to implants, to entities in your sphere, in your energy field, to emotions, to patterns, to thoughts, to belief patterns or belief structures. Anything that you want to go. Really sit with that meditation and just feel it evaporating, releasing into the cosmic void, this galactic center black hole, and it can be neutralized, right? And then you definitely want to do my meditation, which I posted in August. It's a really great one to just anchor in, because we need to anchor this. So essentially right now we're aligning directly with this black hole, which interfaces and connects into the galaxy beyond ours, Andromeda. Perfect time to anchor yourself downward, right? To pull those cosmic forces into this creation. So use this opportunity. It's a big time activation of your DNA and a time to expand, right? We're literally releasing all of 2023, everything that we haven't yet been able to, so we can be ready to step into a brand new creation, our highest timeline, as we step into the new year, 2024. So use this opportunity, do that release for yourself. You might want to write everything you want to release and burn it safely. And then you can dump those ashes or the paper as well after you're done burning into water, into a glass of water. Do this preferably outside. Safety first. So again, use this time, and it's really, when we think about all of creation itself, right? We're not separate from it. It's all interrelated. Energy is constantly siphoning through the creation, drawing in energy, the magnetism, and transmuting energy and transmitting energy, which is the masculine. So use this time. Big opportunity. This portal is huge, and I feel it. You're probably feeling it too. Lots of ascension symptoms. Check out my other playlist for more on that. And lots coming up. Again, parallel realities and alternate versions of you next on Earth 1111. If you like the video, I do talk more about all this crazy stuff on my course, Ascension Magic, with hundreds of different topics, mind-blowing information, tips, techniques, all that on my website. On my courses page. I'll put the link below in the description. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. It really helps my videos get seen to more people. And share this one on your social media platforms. And follow me as well. I've actually just started posting again on Facebook. I'm on Twitter now. And of course, I'm on TikTok and Instagram. You can follow me on all of those as well. Come join my social media platform on my website, earth1111.com. and meet hundreds of amazing people from all over the world. You guys are amazing, and I'm so blessed and honored to connect with all of you. Comment below what you guys think about all this and what you're willing to release right now, what you want to bring in, right? That cosmic feminine energy as well, that co-creator energy, the great void of opportunity, of infinity. That's what we're anchoring in right now. So we're releasing limits and we're anchoring in infinity. So again, comment below, share the video, like, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell because I'll be talking about some more mind-blowing stuff. All right, love you. Happy holidays. I'm Roxanne, and happy solstice energies. Take care.